The sweet taste of victory. How long has it been since I could say that January 1st on New Year's Day was the last time Watford Football Club picked up a big fat W? And Ed Steele has done it in his second game in charge, his first at Vicarage Road. And I have to say, I found it thoroughly enjoyable from start to finish yesterday. What a match! That was end-to-end counter-attacking football, utilising our wide, pacey, skillful attacking players. And I couldn't be more pleased. I found the starting 11 quite interesting. I'm not going to say I was totally pleased with it. Certainly there was changes I would have made. I personally would have started Mamadou Doumbia. And before the game, I would have started Mark Bowler as well at left back. But my questions were very quickly answered by some astute performances by certain individuals on that pitch. And I want to shout them out now, starting with James Abankwah, who throughout the match was really just man-marking their huge lump up front, Patrick Agyemang. Now, he's a quality player. He's scored plenty of goals for them this season, and he didn't get a single sniff yesterday. James Abankwah did such a good job on him, and I would argue he's playing his best football at Watford currently. He's cut out them silly mistakes I've spoke about before here on the channel, and is looking like a real quality centre-back. And I thought alongside Samba Goglachidze yesterday, they formed a really great partnership. So yeah, that's the first shout out today for James Abankwah. The second is for our loanee Manchester City centre-back, or now our new left-back, Stephen Imfuni. What a guy. What an absolute baller this player is. He was 17, just turned 18 in the past couple of weeks. And up against some real difficult opposition players, he looked absolutely calm, astute, and professional on the ball. And that was my first time seeing him in real life. And I was shocked to see actually how tall he is and big as a physical presence. Yeah, really, really good from him, contributing going forward as well. His first thought is always to play progressive passes with his left foot down that flank. And yeah, so good. And he certainly didn't make me miss Mark Bowler in that position. Stephen Imfuni, a massive shout out and a round of applause to you. And Edu Kayembe as well. Yes, he probably should have done better with the opportunities he had yesterday. He probably had 5 or 6 shots throughout the match in quite good positions on the edge of the area. His deflected shot obviously led to Luca's first goal. But Kayembe seems to be growing into this role now. I think Ed still spoke after the match last week that he plays his best football in the more advanced positions when Kayembe's kind of in that 10 just ahead of the 2 deeper midfielders. And yeah, for all of Kayembe's faults and for all the times I've criticised him during his Watford career, I'm happy to sit here today and give him his plaudits. Excellent from him. He released the ball quickly, and on another day, one of his shots probably finds the back of the net. So yeah, a big shout out to Kayembe. And look, everyone probably deserves their own individual compliments here. Othmane Mara, before he was taken off, was electric down the left. He linked up really well with Imfuni in the opening half an hour or so. Nestory Irankunda probably could have bagged a goal himself. He went on a lovely individual mazy run just after the second half began. That was ultimately saved by Derby's goalkeeper. But look, I could sit here for the next hour and wax lyrical about that performance. I just found it thoroughly entertaining, and I've not been able to say that too many times about this Watford team all season. The task for them now is to ultimately build on this and find consistency. They certainly have the ability to do it. They've shown it already this season under Javi Gracia. We know this team can win 2, 3 or 4 games in a row. It's just now about replicating that once again. And if we can beat Ipswich Town on Tuesday night, who are another promotion rival, then certainly we can all start to get excited again. Before we go, I just want to break down the 2 goals we scored. We can't go without mentioning that. The first one created by Othmane Mama down the left-hand side. He was having his shirt tugged and pulled. I can't remember who it was by Derby, but they were trying to bring him down anyway by clutching his shirt. Othmane Mama got away from them, drove down the left flank, cut it back to Edu Kayembe, who had his shot deflected, and then Luca Kjerrumgaard powered past the keeper to get his 9th goal, I believe, for this season. So it's just one away from double digits, which in his debut season in English football isn't too bad, and we still have plenty of games left to go. If I was Luca Kjerrumgaard, in his mind, I would probably be targeting somewhere between kind of 13 and 15 goals for the season. I think if he can hit that, that would be a very good return, kind of in his first debut spell for Watford. So yeah, massive shout out to Luca. He needs to do more. I will reiterate that. I'm still not a huge fan of his body language sometimes, especially when he's going up for duels against bigger players, bigger centre-backs. I do feel he needs to do more to get himself up for them situations. But he did thoroughly deserve the goal. And it was a well-taken first-time finish once again. That seems to be his trademark now. In open play, he's not necessarily that great when he takes the ball down and drives at defences himself. But if you give him the service, 8 times out of 10, he'll probably at least hit the target. So a big shout out to Luca Kjerrumgaard. The second goal was really well worked. Georgie Shatfatatse and Mark Boller linking up down the left-hand side. And how many times have you seen that combination with Mark Boller and other players this season, where Boller runs down the left on the overlap, he gets the ball dinked into him, he cuts it across goal, and usually 9 times out of 10 there is someone there to finish the job. Yesterday it was the turn of our Malian striker Mamadou Doumbia. A nice little finish at the near post in front of the rookery end, and that secured all 3 points for Watford. I do get a little bit nervous when it stays 1-0 for such a long period of time, and I did have a gut feeling in my stomach that Colton Morris would get the equalising goal for Derby when he was substituted onto the pitch. Another L for him at Vicarage Road, which is great to see, and really pleased for Doumbia as well. He's not had loads of chances this season to impress. I think it's fair to say that Luca Kjerrumgaard is the starting number 9 at Watford. He's been brought in for that reason. But when Doumbia does come onto the pitch, he certainly impresses me, and I really like certainly his work rate from the front, how willing he is to press and force the opposition defenders into mistakes. And he does have a good finish on him too. Look, he certainly needs refinement. He's only 19 or 20 years old still. He's got plenty of development to go in his footballing career. But to have Luca, Doumbia and Mamadou as our 3 striking options with loads of potential in them to grow as well, I don't think we can moan too much at that. Yes, of course, many people and myself would argue that we are serious about promotion or the playoffs. You want a more experienced pro in that position. But this team does have goals, and if everyone can start contributing from them wide areas and more centrally in the weeks and months to come, I think we could have a very good chance of finishing in the top 6. So yeah, an exciting week or so to come. Ipswich on Tuesday, another rival, and then Bristol City away on the Friday night. Of course, the last time we played Bristol was under Javi Gracia, and we got thumped by 5-0. So a chance for revenge in that one, and a chance to hopefully make ground in the playoff race if we can beat Kieran McKenna's Ipswich Town. So very excited for what's to come. Let's not get too carried away. I think if we can pick up 4 points from the next 2, then I'm very much back on the playoff train. If it goes terribly, then of course it might look like a mid-table finish for Watford. once again. But that's the joys of football. It's unpredictable, it's exciting, it's thrilling. And I wouldn't change it for the world. In terms of my man of the match, I think I'm going to give it to Mfuni at left back. For him to just be 18 years old and put in the performance like he did, I think he deserves all of the plaudits. And as I said earlier, I hope Manchester City can loan him back to us next season, regardless of the division we are in. Outstanding again from him. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.